is there somewhere somebody is in a back room going, we could benefit from a shutdown? A shutdown will actually lead to what we want to have happen. Is there somebody somewhere that you think that has that perspective? Because if nobody does, then we shouldn't have a government shutdown. I mean, if nobody has an incentive to let this thing happen.
Well, I certainly hope, Donny, that we do not, because these are people's lives that the shutdown is going to affect. These are 30,000 some state and federal and local, or not federal, state and local employees who are going to be without a paycheck, who are going to wonder how to feed their families and make their house payment and their car payment. I mean, that is nothing to play around with. So I certainly hope you're wrong. Nobody I know is doing that.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone who thinks it's a good thing. In fact, we're planning, we talked about departments planning for a shutdown. The Senate will be shut down. The House will be shut down. We'll be going on COBRA. Our health insurance will be. So, I mean, I want to tell you, I just can't imagine that there's anyone, even though there were pundits early on who thought it might be a political thing, I don't think it's a good thing.
But if we go to a government shutdown, if the government shutdown happens, then doesn't that tell voters that somebody on one of the two sides decided that a shutdown is beneficial or a better option, the lesser of two evils? A government shutdown is a lesser of two evils versus caving in on this space and ground in terms of how we want the budget to end up.
I mean, I do think there are some people who do not believe in compromise, which is really unfortunate. But that does seem to be part of what's happening, that you can't compromise. And we have to get to the point where we're willing to compromise. We didn't find it before the end of session, but to say this is planful is kind of frightening to me. You don't play with people's lives. So we do need to get to the point where we do compromise, where we understand that that's being a leader is compromising, finding a way out of this, and not just getting entrenched and having your partisan rhetoric. You represent all people, not just the people that elected you, all people, and I think that's where we need to go.
Okay. Okay. All right, well, great. Well, thank you guys very much for coming in and talking, and we'll find out during the next couple weeks, before the end of the month, we'll find out how this thing is going to shake itself out. And thank you for joining us, and have a good day.
It's easier to get things done, but I think there will be, that is my